Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. And today I'm sharing with you 7 really helpful tips to get your photo studio started. So step 1 is, how are you going to maintain it in terms of, like, most people don't have the budget that it takes to pay for a space that you're not going to use on a daily basis, or that's not going to bring you enough money to pay for rent and utilities. So what I do is I pay for a space and I use that space, but I also rent it out to other photographers or other creatives that just need a space. Currently I am at 500 square feet, but I started really small. I started at maybe 100 square feet, 115 square feet. So it was one large room, kind of like the one I'm in right now, and I had my background paper, 2 lights, and that was it. And I started from that. So you can start from a really small space, but my number 1 tip is to not only use it for yourself, rent it out to other people. And I'll link down Peerspace in the description so that you can also check it out. So number 2, speaking of how you might not have the budget to just have a space just for fun, you also have to physically have a budget. Like, write down exactly how much your income, how much you're spending, and your profit at the end of the week, the month, however you want to do it. But you definitely have to keep track, because otherwise it's not going to work out and you realize way too late. So sooner than later, you want to start some kind of budget sheet where it tells you, if you want to do it by month, I do it by month. Every single day I write down all the income, and then right at the bottom, I add up all the stuff that I buy for the studio, like the paper or props or cleaning supplies, anything to do with the studio. So I know how much at the end of the month am I losing or am I gaining. Number 3, so you might not have a huge space to have a dressing room and a prop room and the studio space and a lounge room and a common area, and you might not have all of that space because it might not be in your budget. For me, it wasn't. So what I did was I doubled up the common area so that the vanity was in the same area where the lounge was. And my entire studio is based mainly off of one large room. So it's really not like I'm saying you have different rooms and you're going to separate those, but different spaces. So let's say back in that corner, I were to put the vanity maybe on this wall right here. I put the vanity, and then that might be the prop closet, but it's like 2 different things in one area. And then maybe right in front of that curtain is where I put the paper, and the paper comes down and people take pictures there. In that little corner, I can make a studio. So kind of like think smart when it comes to deciding where you're going to place everything. And what I really, really loved when I was putting mine together is curtains. So you get these ceiling rails so that you can put your curtains on there and it separates rooms, but not like those ugly hospital ones. I'll insert a picture of what mine looks like. So I got these velvet ones from Target, super cute. So I use it for my equipment in the back. So right behind the paper, I have all my equipment. It's easy access and it saves a lot of space. Number 4, amenities. So this can go as little as a coffee maker to as big as a bathroom. Some places don't have a bathroom, and if you're one of those places, once I had my studio in a garage, and I didn't have a bathroom in the garage, so it was like a little uncomfortable because they would have to come inside to the house, and in the winter it's not so fun passing by and all. So if you can, a bathroom would be phenomenal if you're renting it out to other people. Otherwise, if it's for yourself, I guess it doesn't really matter because you'll figure it out. But if you're trying to rent it out, you definitely want amenities. So I have a Keurig machine, and in the budget, I put that I spent so and so on coffee, on the sugar packets, on whatever tea. So you definitely want to give them that like almost luxury experience, and most people won't even take it, but you have it there. Number 5, be super helpful. Like, even if they don't need help anymore, come back in and ask if they need anything else. don't be annoying, I know. But you do want to make sure people are happy or are understanding how your equipment works, or if they have any small questions that they're too embarrassed or they feel like they're being annoying themselves, you want to be the first to say, hey, do you need help, or do you know how this works? Because for me, I have a set of lights, and people know how to use lights, but maybe they don't know how to use the exact ones I have, and they feel annoying for asking how you work it, and then they take 10-20 minutes trying to figure out how you work it, and that's, time and money. So it's better you go and say, hey, do you know how to use these, or do you know how to turn this on, or whatever? And then if they kind of, I know, just be like, hey, I'm just going to show you real quick, just in case. Because I've been to studio spaces where they kind of just bring you in and leave you there, and they don't explain how to use anything, because I guess they assume that you know how to use everything. But I mean, not everybody does. I get a lot of newbies at my studio that don't know how to work with anything. They've never done like in-studio sessions, or they're just beginning their career. So it's definitely cool that you're there to help them like a buddy. So just be kind. Number 6. So this is especially important for those of you that don't have a large clientele yet. You're going to want to market yourself in the studio. So you might just be renting it out to another fellow photographer. But what I do is I have signs, posters, my business cards, brochures of my work or my prices in the studio, so that when other people come for, the rental of that photographer, I mean, it's your space. You can do with it whatever you want. It might be uncool to the photographer that you're putting your business out there, but I mean, they like your space, so they're gonna keep coming. You have to make it worth it. And I mean, don't plaster yourself all over the studio either. But you do leave some business cards, maybe leave some of your work on the wall so that people check it out and they're interested. You come out and you're friendly to everybody, so everybody gets a chance to talk to you. And so little by little you start networking, and they tell their friends and all that. So definitely put up posters or brochures, business cards, whatever it may be, in the studio. And number 7, the last and most important thing is what makes your studio unique. What makes me want to go to yours and not to George's or Anna's or whatever? What makes yours worth the money? So for me, personally, if you check out, I'll leave my Peerspace down below so you can actually see my reviews. Most of them say either really good customer service, because I'm really there all the time to hold your hand whenever you need help, or my props. So I have a room that's dedicated just to props. And for me, it's something that's really important. For you, you might not want to collect props, or you might not have the space for it. Do something else. Make yours unique somehow that you can. But for me, props are important because it just makes the process of taking the pictures easier when you have things to play with, things to hold. So I have the entire room full of it. People can come in, check out whatever they want, and bring it back. I don't charge anything extra. You can if you want to, but I don't charge anything extra. Everything's included, so it makes it seem like a steal. Most people don't even use the props, but the fact that I have it there is just, it's like luxury. And so whatever you decide to do, just make sure that not everybody in the area has it. I heard that too. When I'm in the studio, in my office, I can hear the people in the studio, and I hear them talking about all the cool things in my space. So it's either like really pretty or really clean, or I'm really helpful, or they really like the props. So all those things you keep in mind, and you start making better the next time and the next time and the next time. So every time somebody comes, for the most part, I have something new. I started with 2 lights, now I have 6. I started with 1 roll of paper, now I have 11. I have every color in the rainbow. But I didn't start with everything I have now. I started really small. I'm actually going to put a before and after, my first studio and the studio I have now, so you could see. But yeah, it's like, it takes time, and it takes the clientele that you're going to be getting, it takes their opinion, because you might be in an area where a lot of people need neon lights, or you might be in an area with people that really, really need costumes, people that really need coffee. So little things here and there that you hear them say, write it down, jot it down, and then for the next time, make it better and better. It's not going to be perfect the first time, but if you're renting out your studio, the great thing about it is that there are reviews. Make sure you always get feedback. That's the only way you're going to grow. I can tell you all the things you should do or you could do, but there's no way to actually make your business successful if you don't ask your clients. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. That's all I have for today. I hope your photo studio is a big success, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!